Today we are heading back out to a property that's been abandoned here in town. We went out on Thursday while Ms. Gail was here. They got lost on the way, and so they found the dogs. We went out, set a trap, and the trap was made for, you know, coyotes who aren't as strong as big dogs, so they busted back through it. Tawny charged me with figuring out how the new one works, and so I figured it out. So we're gonna go out, we're gonna make a mixture of wet cat food and wet dog food, put it out on the place where they've been abandoned. We're gonna wait a few minutes and check it and see if the dogs are still there and if one got in the trap. If they did, we're gonna load them in the back of Hi-Ho, bring them back here, and then go back out. If not, we're gonna come back, give it a few, and probably come back out after lunch just to check and see if we got any.
Hi, Papa. Hi, babies. What are you doing? Hi, Mama. You gonna come say hello?
Oh, there's a fourth one. There is? Mm-hmm. There we go. Like, she almost came up and got in a crate that we had. Poor thing, she's getting hit by horseflies.
She's just running off. When they step on that,
it'll push that down and it'll knock it down. Come back out after lunch and check and see if anybody got in there.
Yeah.
What do you think, bud? Be a little more here. He hasn't eaten, he was eating wet food yesterday around lunchtime, but then since then he has not wanted any. And so right now I just have a little bit of like the KMR kitten milk formula. So we're gonna try and get something in him, see if it helps perk him up. I won't make you eat all of it, but you gotta eat some. What do you think? So he just ate 5 mils. So we're gonna start with that, and then a couple hours, try and give him a little bit more. See if he perks up a little bit at all. He got some sub-Q fluids this morning, and a little bit of Caro syrup on his gums, but he definitely does not feel good. He doesn't have diarrhea, he's not vomiting. He did poop normal this morning, he's peeing, but he does have a elevated respiratory rate, and definitely does not feel good.
So as you guys know, this is Cowboy, and earlier this year we discovered that he's got some pretty major heart condition issues that we're a little worried about and just keeping an eye on it. Yesterday management were worried about his weight, but as you can see for a mini, I mean most minis are very overweight. He's got a little bit of top line atrophy. He's a little thin around his ribs, but overall he's not, I wouldn't be super alarmed just yet about his weight, but we just did a repeat cardiac ultrasound. I'm going to look at the videos inside with shade, when you already have degenerative heart disease or some kind of degenerative issue with the heart, it's usually not going to improve. So the images that I could see that I caught out here in the sunlight, the contractility is poorer than it was when we first found it. So his heart isn't contracting down all the way as it should in the ventricle to push the blood out. So instead of closing down, and most horses don't always close down all the way. Some of them will have a little bit, but his is kind of doing like this thing right here. When we were doing our general physical, you always do a TPR and all that kind of stuff and listen to hearts, lungs, GI. He had a pretty pronounced murmur that he didn't have the previous year. It was pretty significant, like a 5 out of 6, and they go to 6, up to a 6 scale. We've just been kind of monitoring it. We've talked to an internist, and they said we could send him there and they could do further diagnostics, but management here likes to trust us in our first opinions unless we really, really push for it. So as long as he's stable and not declining, they would just like for us to keep monitoring him and treat him as needed. I wouldn't say he's declining rapidly, and any reason to be alarmed like that, but, you know, as time goes on, his heart is going to get harder and harder to contract. So we're just keeping an eye on him, making sure he's staying comfortable.
So today we have Wolf Creek Farrier Service come out again today, and we're going to try to keep these horses on a regular schedule. And we're going to do a Yanni, and of course Dawn's going to follow right behind her. We're going to do those guys first, that way they don't get any kind of sickness, and just taking precaution, but we're going to get into it. Your baby's right behind you. Your mama's coming.
My name's Austin.
I'm Donnie.
We're trimming some horses. I'm apprenticing under him. He's been a farrier for how long?
Like 28 years.
Trying to learn the trade from him so that I can take it over.
Great place to work. We go up and down this road quite a bit and do horses, but this is the last time was our first time here.
Look at that.
You know that big thoroughbred y'all did last time?
Yes, ma'am.
He got adopted yesterday.
Awesome. I mean, that's what y'all go for.
Mm-hmm. Right now, Ayani is, we've distracted her with the baby nursing, so she's standing a lot better. These two are done. Next we're gonna do Nina.
Alrighty, so Nina is done.
Yes, we've done her. Nina, whatever y'all want to call her. And she did really good. We did give her a little bit of gel just to calm her down because we don't want her to be nervous, but I think she had a really good learning experience. And she's made so much progress in 2 weeks. So definitely y'all check out Nina on our website because she's definitely a project horse, someone that has experience. But even if you just wanted to pet her and have her out in the pasture, I think she'd be such a good mare. Top right-hand side of the website, there's some columns, push adopt, and there's all kinds of pictures of everything available. You click them, there's a lot of descriptions of them, how their personalities are, what kind of person they probably need, and all that stuff. So y'all check us out because we have horses that don't get a lot of attention online just because they're still working and training and stuff, but that's okay, but they're still really good horses. So y'all definitely check it out online. We just finished the other horses, and so we came over here and we're gonna get Mahogany a little trim. She's been through a lot these past few weeks. So we're gonna get her feet trimmed up and surely she'll feel better after a nail day. You're such a good girl.
Not bad, kid, not bad.
Buddy. Hi.
He's a big baby.
Hello.
Come on, Memphis. And he looked, oh my gosh, he was way worse. He had like, his hair was shedding off. He looked terrible. We were worried it was like his hair was showing like signs, like conditions, something we couldn't see, but really he just hadn't been taken care of.
Yeah. And they got him, and then he was chipped and everything, wasn't he?
Yeah, he is.
It's like they had him and left him out in the pasture. Hi. You okay, man? He doesn't look like he gets his quivers as much. Like when you would pet him in the beginning, I saw him do his little...
Yeah, he definitely gets used to...
Can I see you?
Yeah.
You want to walk with me? Come here. Come to me? I don't know, I watched all of them, I loved all of them, but just seeing that he was a baby.
What my hair looks like.
And there was no reason for him to have been neglected like he was. And I read that, I don't know, I saw him and I could see he was just broken, that he needed to learn how to be loved again. And I have a 14-year-old son that would love him, and we have 17 acres for you and whatever friends we get with you.
That'll be
He just looked like he needed to be loved back together. Hi.
I would definitely recommend, like, I don't know if you have like a run-in place where you feed your animals, but if you could feed them in a stall, that way if you need to catch
Yes, we
him.
have 3.
Easy to catch if he's not with Banjo. Banjo's harder.
Banjo can be a bad influence on him because,
I figured that.
but they're best buds, and Memphis is a good influence, so Memphis will like direct him towards like the open gate that we have, and we run him down the alleyway and we run him in here, and he's really chill. He's never freaked out on us in the training barn. He's just like, okay, I guess I'm caught now. But like, you can't walk up to him in the pasture. As of now though, we've really not had him much that long, and he just got out of quarantine, so he's still learning that like we're not gonna hurt him, we're gonna be, we're good.
That was my goal, was to, once we get him home, even once we get him there, to keep him on a lead rope and walking him, and till he's not so curious, and until he knows he's safe. He said, I said hello to you. You just gonna lunge yourself today?
So he's probably like, I'm gonna work.
All right. So this is how you teach them groundwork, by the way, is him doing it. Okay. He's so pretty. I definitely love him. Nothing has changed.
So Banjo has not been handled.
Hey!
He will take work, but when he's with Memphis, he's chill.
He's wanted a donkey. That's what he's wanted from the time we bought the property. I bought it because I want to rescue. Of course, he was his buddy, and I was like, I already know, but I want Memphis. I want them to transition, any animal we get to transition correctly. So when I found out they were buds, I was like, I have to have 2. I'm not taking a horse by themselves. Hi. Come here. Come here. Hi. He backs himself into a corner. Hey.
But it makes you wonder, like, you're 6-year-old, like, you're healthy.
He's backing himself up.
Yeah.
He doesn't act like he wants to be aggressive. He
No,
just acts
he's
terrified.
never ran through us or nothing when we were moving in. Did you make a decision?
I want him. I knew I wanted him before I came.
Well, I'm glad to hear that.
Yay! He's so sweet. Perfect.
My name's Erica,
My name's Michael.
and we're actually from Memphis. And we came out to Horse Plus when we started following them, and we bought 17 acres to be able to rescue. And we are going to start when we fell in love with Memphis and his buddy Banjo. So Memphis is going to come back to Memphis with us and take his friend Banjo. And we look really forward to it and are really thankful for the opportunity. Him and my son have always liked donkeys. But when I saw Memphis and heard that he was 3 and saw that he had been neglected, just seeing him and Banjo coming off the truck and seeing no reason for him to end up here or worse, slaughter. I'm thankful he ended up here, but there's no reason for that. So I felt like we could love him back together.
They're adopting Memphis and Banjo.
Oh my goodness, yay! I'm so excited.
Do we get to pull that thing off the wall? Okay, you want to pull Banjo's and I'll pull Memphis's?
Yes.
Yay! Buds. Thank you.
Right on there. Are you ready to go or what? He said, I'm ready to go. Bye, y'all.
I'm Dr. Lydia. I'm the head shelter vet here at Horse Plus Humane Society, and I wanted to share one of the incredible tools that we use here at our organization to help improve our biosecurity. Biosecurity is just keeping our patients as safe as possible from things that can be transmitted one to another. And in a sheltering environment like ours with a lot of animals in, animals out, we have a lot of poop. We have a lot of equine poop, and Greystone Systems donated this poop vacuum to us. I love this thing. It has made a tremendous improvement in our staff's ability to clean up horse poop quickly. Parasite eggs are shed in feces. We deworm all of our horses on intake, but a lot of those parasites continue to be shed. So manually having a staff member pick up poop out of all of our pastures is an incredibly difficult task. This thing has made a huge improvement in our ability to do that efficiently, safely, and in a more thorough manner than if we were trying to hand pick them up. We also utilize this in our equine hospital, whether we do standing surgery or we have a hospitalized patient. It's so fast that our staff can easily clean our hospital stalls. You know, even if we're doing a quick bandage change or recheck, those stalls are cleaned much more efficiently. One of the things we don't want in a hospital setting, especially inside, is to have a lot of contamination. So more traditional methods like wheelbarrows or sweeping mean we get a lot of debris throughout our hospital, and this allows us to clean in a really crisp, efficient manner and contains what is collected. So we love using this. It is absolutely worth it, and it makes our staff have to use way less time to do the same job better. So if you have a facility and you're considering trying to improve your biosecurity for both internal parasites but also external parasites, right? Flies love poop. So if we can efficiently pick that poop up, we have a lot fewer flies. I don't make product recommendations lightly. I'm pretty picky about what I am willing to endorse. I absolutely love this product. I have no complaints about it. And if you're looking for a way to improve the cleanliness and health of your equine herd, this is a fantastic product.
So last week, the week that I was gone, they looked at Dumplin and he had increased lung sounds. So last week, at the very end of the week, we just pulled him in to look at him again, take some radiographs, and do some ultrasounds of his lungs. And we found some changes, and we didn't quite focus on his guttural pouches. We were looking more at his dentition. And we looked at the radiographs, and the part that we could see of the guttural pouches looked abnormal. So the guttural pouches, there's a set on each side of the horse's throat latch area. And it's supposed to be gas filled. And when they have strangles infections or guttural pouch mycosis, things like that, they get infections up in that area. And strangles can set up a permanent infection and create something called chondroids or inspissated pus. So it becomes like little hard pellets in there, and they'll keep shedding it. And sometimes they won't have symptoms themselves, but anyone you put them with will start having strangle symptoms and get infected with strangles. And so, based on the suspicion and his results after he was abused, he had just a little bit, like, I think it was just barely greater than 100 colony forming units. So it was kind of strange that he hadn't had any symptoms, and then all of a sudden, after being stressed out, had a little bit coming out of his nose. So we took repeat radiographs, specifically looking at the guttural pouches today, and his left side looks more affected than his right. His guttural pouches are not air-filled like they're supposed to be. There is stuff in there. I can't see definitive chondroids, but it's abnormal. I tried looking with the ultrasound, and it's really hard to get past his grimace of his mandible to get up in there, but what I could see did look like there is stuff in there, not any specific chondroid again, but just stuff. But he doesn't like to be still, and we were trying not to sedate him. So, and then Nicole did a quick listen to his lungs, and his lungs do they sound worse or better than they did?
I didn't hear him when she
looked at him.
first listened, yeah.
But he's got wheezes and crackles on the right, which is abnormal, and he's got crackles on the left. So his respiratory system is not functioning as it should. So whether he's got secondary bacterial infection as a result of something else, or if it strangles kind of persisting and causing damage. Ooh, buddy. Respiratory-wise, he doesn't look super great today. So the most definitive answer would be to send a scope with like a little camera up in there and for them to get a sample, or if they see the chondroids, then it would be a slam dunk definitive diagnosis. But so we have to talk to management on whether or not they want to send them to be scoped and have that surgically removed and debrided, or talk about any other options we might have. But that is the only way to get rid of it if it truly is what it is. So we're kind of in a holding pattern with Mr. Dumplin.
Yeah. All right, let's see if we got any poochies. Yay, nay, nope. Why? Are you not hungry? Maybe if we move it closer and then leave like a trail, they'll get in there. Let me get them. Ugh, dogs.
We need like a big, huge catch pen.
Yeah.
And that's honestly what we needed for the pigs too.
The ones that they use for them wild hogs out in Texas, yeah. Just poof. Maybe if we move it closer to the house, they'll be more inclined.
Now, if that don't catch them, I don't know what will.
Yeah, if that don't catch them, I don't know what to do.
I mean, we have made a trail, moved the cage.
There's water. Just set another timer for 10 minutes and look, and if they're not there, we go back and we go get a pool for the pigs while we wait.
All right, Nicole, so I know we have some news about Chicken Nugget.
Yeah, so I had taken Chicken Nugget home over the past weekend. I had actually taken him home starting like the middle of the week roughly because he just wasn't doing good. He was the only one that didn't really look great from the start. Kind of had like an on-off temperature, was really lethargic, really dehydrated. We were keeping a close eye on him. He had started to kind of go a little bit more downhill Wednesday. So I had taken him home that night and he was doing really good. Seemed like he was just kind of like steadying out, and then brought him back in Thursday. He was kind of up and down again. So I decided to take him home for the weekend so I could give him fluids throughout the day, give him some extra food because he had stopped eating on Thursday. We tried giving him an antibiotic injection of Convenia. He had a botfly that we had removed from his neck earlier in the week, and so we weren't really sure if he had an infection from that. It seemed like it was, the swelling was starting to go down. I took home an oxygen tank and had him on a little oxygen mask, which he loved. He would actually just fall asleep on my chest in his little oxygen mask, so I would get kind of stuck sitting there. And seemed like he was sort of steadying out Friday. I left for a couple hours, had him on oxygen for about a half hour before that, given him some food. And unfortunately, when we got home, he had passed away. It seemed like a lot of it was respiratory. And I think that's probably why he liked the oxygen so much. But overall, I don't think whatever he had going on in his lungs wasn't going to be repairable at that point because he just kept kind of going downhill. So unfortunately, he did not make it. But his 3 siblings are doing really good, so it seems like whatever was wrong with him was not contagious, wasn't anything that they had gotten, because all 3 of them are doing really well.
Oh shoot, we got one.
Yay. It's okay, baby.
Oh, you're a girl too.
Don't stress.
You wanna sniff? I don't want to get my fingers taken off. Are you friendly? You're okay.
I think she just hadn't been messed with. That black one's looking at us.
Hi, honey. I know, we got your friend. I'm sorry.
Side eye.
Hi, sweetness.
Okay, so the fun part is toting her over here.
Yeah. And, oh, wrong one. Let's see. Oh, you ain't too heavy. You're okay. Okay. There we go. We got it. Whew. There we go. Okay. You're all right, honey. Good girl. Hi, honey. Oh, use old lady. She's got like no canines.
1 down, 3 to go.
I'm gonna let you guys on a little thought I've been having here. So I'm actually gonna be leaving Horse Plus in a couple of weeks. I am going back to Arizona to work for the Maricopa County Humane Society. So it kind of is all the shelters over Phoenix, Arizona, where I'm kind of originally from. So there I'm going to be their adoption manager and kind of running adoptions, setting up adoption appointments for the cats and dogs there. And I'm also going to be their shelter specialist, which is kind of what I'm doing currently here at Horse Plus. But they are offering me a lot of great opportunities. They are allowing me to go to school full-time and get my vet tech license. So I'm very excited about this new chapter. It's definitely going to be hard to leave this place. We kind of developed a family setting here. I'm really close with a lot of employees here. I don't really see them as employees. I see them as my family. So it'll definitely be hard to say these goodbyes, but I'm just glad I am able to have the relationship I built here and that I'll always have a sense of home here in Tennessee. So I'll see what the future holds, but I will definitely be back around visiting and probably doing some more volunteer work for Tawny around here. But I will definitely be back and hopefully everything goes smooth in Arizona. But I'm very thankful for the opportunity I've had here at Horse Plus. I'm just glad that I'm able to go out and grow as a person since I'm very young, so definitely a lot to hold with my future, but I will be back around shortly and I'm glad to just open my sights to new opportunities and definitely get out and see the world a little bit more.
Awesome. Well, we're gonna miss you, Haley. Thank you for
I'm definitely gonna miss
everything.
everyone here.